everyone and welcome to today's video. Finally, I am filming again. This is my first makeup video that I will have been filming since my liposuction surgery. So I am super excited to be sitting down and doing this. It's been a rough 10 days, let me tell you. I will have a video coming out, like an updated video coming out on my little liposuction journey. If you are interested in that, I think I'm going to post it Wednesday. I was going to post it, I was actually going to post it tomorrow, being Sunday, but I think I'm going to leave it for midweek. So for today's video, it is a very exciting video, and that is because, as you guys would be aware, it is currently Pride Month, and I have got with me the new Morphe Pride collection. So I've got the brushes, I've got the palette, I got the lip gloss, and I also got the setting spray. Literally went all out. So I did this last year. If you wanted to see my review on last year's Pride collection that they did, by all means, here it is right now for you to check out. But otherwise, if you would like to see what look I can come up with using these new products, then please keep on watching. So right before we get into all of these products and the review, I did also just want to mention that Morphe are actually donating 100% of the proceeds, up to 50,000 I think, or minimum 50,000 donation, to the GLSEN Foundation. So they do a lot of great work for the community. It's something to keep in mind. I think it's nice. Last year's collaboration was with the Trevor Project. So yeah, they've just picked a new charity this year to continue the, the good service and the donations to, etc. Now, having said that, I will also highlight the fact that at the end of the day, charity is great, but also keep in mind these companies get a very big tax break when it comes to donating money. So whilst I'm not saying they're not doing it completely out of the goodness of their heart, I'm saying they are, of course, still gaining in some way, and that's just something to keep in mind, I guess. Anyway, let's get straight into this review. Okay, so first up, I'm going to open up this, and this is the brush set. So last year we had a brush set. It's actually just sitting over, over there. I haven't used it. I didn't take it out of the packaging. I just love it, and aesthetically I think it looks great, so I'm happy for it just to sit in the back there. But these ones I'm definitely going to use. Love this hollow like bag as well. I think that's really cool. Okay, so these are what the brushes look like. They are very Jaclyn Hill, just with, a cool chrome top. So yeah, they feel really nice. Like they don't feel too heavy, they don't feel too light, they feel pretty good. Obviously they are synthetic, which is great, so they're very, everybody can buy them if you're vegan or worried about that. They're not made out of animal hair, they are synthetic. If you want to know the specifics of what am I missing a brush? I feel like we were meant to get 6. I am missing a brush. We did get 6. Here's the other one. Haha. Alright, so this is what we got. There is an all-over lid brush, an oval camouflage brush, a pro firm blending brush, a pointed pro blender brush, a small chisel detail brush, and a detailed liner brush. So that's everything that we got in the collection. Look, they look really cool. I'm happy to add them. You can never have enough eyeshadow brushes, in my opinion. I feel like my fiance would completely and utterly disagree with me, but I don't think you can have enough eyeshadow brushes. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, but that's my opinion. So they look pretty good. They just look like they look like standard Morphe brushes. What can I tell you? So that's them. Moving on, we have a lip gloss. So it's called Speak Out. And this is what she looks like. I saw this and I just fell in love. So that's what I love. Firstly, I do love the packaging. I really do like the component for the Morphe glosses. I think they look really nice. And in the tube, it looks like it definitely has a lot of like iridescent pink coming off. But then, and you're probably not really going to be able to see it on camera. Hopefully it'll come up. But that's what the gloss looks like. It's very sheer, and it has a beautiful pearl pink reflect in it, but I can also see like hints of blue, and I can definitely see a lot of silver and the slightest hint of gold as well. It is actually quite a lovely shade, and I feel like that you could pretty well put on just about any color and it would look quite nice. So we're going to test that out a little bit later today. And then finally, what you guys are probably waiting to see, and that is the palette. So this was a really interesting palette. And the reason why I say that, well, you're about to see it if you haven't already. Firstly, packaging, 10 out of 10. Absolutely love this packaging. I think it looks great. Obviously, you've got GLSEN on the front here, which is a lovely little ode to the charity that they're donating to. So yeah, 10 out of 10 for the packaging. I'm really into that. I like it. I think they've done well. You do have a, oh, there I am. You have a mirror here, and it does say hashtag free to be you up the top. And then this is of course the palette. So what's really interesting about this palette is that you have one entire row of glitters and you have one entire row of what they describe as topper shades. Now the one shade out of this entire palette that they do claim is not eye safe is this one here. So this one is called Keep It Kind, and I guess it's probably potentially going to stain your lids. That's the only reason why I think they would classify it as to not be an eyeshadow. But it does seem that the glitters, from everything that I've read, are eye safe, which is great. And I'm really interested to see how this formula goes, because look, glitters aren't necessarily my most favorite thing in the world to use on my kind of eyes, because I do have fairly hooded eyes, so they're not usually the best for me. But I'm really excited to see how this formula, you know, swatches and how it applies, and we're definitely going to use the glitter. That's all I'm saying. I won't avoid it, I promise. So I thought what I'd do is I'd quickly swatch the palette for you guys so you can have a bit of a look, and then we'll get into creating a look. Okay, so the first shade is Keep It Kind. I just need to make sure I'm not going to put it over that gloss. All right, so the first shade is Keep It Kind. Keeping in mind as well, guys, as I said, these are topper shades. The next one is called Blaze a Trail, which is, and they feel really smooth. Like, I must say, these feel really nice. That orange, I love. You guys know how much I love orange eyeshadow. This one here is called Shine Hope. And then this one here, which I'll do on this side, is called Inspire Change. So as you can see, I mean, they are pigmented, but they are definitely topper shades from what we can tell so far. Okay, so the last shade out of the topper shades is Accept Everyone. And this is what I was mostly interested in, because in the pan and just looking down on it, it actually has this beautiful blue glitter running through it, but obviously it's got a lovely purple base. So I just think this looks to be absolutely stunning, and I'm just going to swatch it here for you guys so you can see. Yeah, like it swatches really beautiful. So, oh, I really like that one. I think out of all of them, the orange and the purple are by far my favorite. So that is the entire top row done. Okay, so onto the glitters now, starting with the first one, and it's called Love Yourself. Where am I going to do this? Not too bad for a glitter. Not much left. In fact, nothing pretty much left on my finger. That's pretty cool. All right, next one is Be a Visionary, and this is this beautiful, it looks blue in the pan, but I think it's like, it's this beautiful bluey purple. Why couldn't I say that? Bluey purple. Really pretty. And again, hardly anything left on my finger, so impressive. Next one is Live Your Life. Love that saying. Lovely green, really beautiful. Yeah, these glitters are just so soft, and again, there's not really much left, so good sign. The next one is Dream Big, and it's just, you know, your standard silver glitter. And that's that one there. And then finally, the last glitter, which again is what I'm most excited for. Now, this is called Respect, but it's spelt R-E-S-P-E-C-T, so I love that. But this glitter is so unique. It's got so many different colors running through it. So let's just see how it swatches. I'm going to pop it up here for you guys. Check that out. How cool is that? So there's really, like, to me, when I look at this, especially like looking straight down at it. And again, I'm sorry, you guys just probably can't see it, unfortunately, or maybe if I turn it that way, not really. But basically, when you look down at it, if you imagine what hundreds and thousands look like, or like sprinkles on an ice cream, I guess, that's literally what I'm seeing here. So, you know, red is really, really dominant. You've got blue in here, you've got gold, really, really stunning glitter. I love the look of this. You know, you can see pinks, you can see a little bit of purple as well even. Yeah, really, really unique glitter. I don't have anything in my collection that's like that at all. So yeah, it looks incredible. The only other thing I'll say about the formula is it is a very, very soft formula. It feels really nice to swatch. It feels, and it picks up easily out of the pan. So, you know, normally I dread using glitter, but I'm actually kind of really excited to use this. I think it actually might work out really well. So fingers and toes crossed that it does. Let's get straight into creating a look. So I think for this look, I am going to apply some shadow shields. This is what they look like for reference, guys. If you don't have shadow shields, it's perfectly fine. Just get some Scotch tape, sticky tape. It'll do the job just as well. So you don't need to worry about running and buying something extra if you don't have it on hand. Just a little bit of tape will do the trick. But this is just going to help me get that really sharp, elongated wing effect. And that's the look I'm going for today. So once you have the general shape down, just apply it and you're good to go. I feel like this is fairly even. Okay, so for eyeshadow primer today, I'm just going to use this one by NARS. I've really been enjoying this lately. I think it works really well. So hopefully it meshes well with this formula and the glitters. We'll see. I probably will put a glitter glue down on top of this just to be really safe. But I'm not entirely sure exactly how I'm going to incorporate the glitter into this look just yet, but I'll figure it out. So I don't set this primer, I literally just lay it down and leave it how it is. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to start off with using the palette from last year. So this was the Pride palette from last year. It is definitely very dirty and well loved. But this is what she looks like if you don't remember. Really, really beautiful, pretty rainbow palette. I absolutely love this palette. This one up here, 1978. This one here is one of my most favorite shades out of the palette. It's just beautiful. But I thought we would start with this one today just to get some matte shades happening. And I think, I don't know, I'm sort of feeling like I want to go for a purple look because I feel like I really want to use this one here. So I really, what's it called? Accept Everyone. I really want to use Accept Everyone. And I also really, really want to use this glitter as well. And I feel like those two will go really, really nicely together. So last year I did do more of a rainbow look. So again, if you want to see that look, by all means check it out. But this year I want to do something a little bit different. Okay, so going to start with this one here out of the collection. This is just the flat, fluffy crease brush. I don't know, it doesn't have a name or a number. And that's the one thing I'm not a fan of in regards to this brush collection. I like numbers. Anyway, so going to start with Love Wins, which is this lovely purpley pink shade. So just going to take that and apply that on into our crease and sort of concentrating it on our outer corner. Now the one thing I will say is that these are very, very pigmented shades. And this shade that I'm using is definitely going to stain my lids, so just keep all of that in mind. I do just want to amp the pinkiness up a little bit, so I'm going to take a little bit of Sexuality just on the same brush, and I'm going to apply it just on the outer corner and just start to sort of slowly bring it into the crease, but really concentrating it on that outer corner. Okay, next up I'm going to tap into the GLSEN palette and we are going to take Accept Everyone, so this one here. I'm going to take that on this one here. So this is, again, it's a flat brush, but it's far more densely packed. So I think that's going to be really good for packing on shadow, and that's exactly what I want to do with this shade. So I'm just going to take that and start to apply it on the center of the lid. Now it's probably not applying how I would like it to. Honestly, I kind of didn't think that these would apply very well with a brush. So I'm just going to take it with my finger and just start to press it in. Yeah, I definitely feel like that's applying much better with a finger. It's actually such a pretty topper shade. Like, I really like that. Okay guys, so moving back into this palette now, we are going to take the shade Truth, and this is just on the Fluffy Crease brush out of the collection. And I'm just gonna start to apply that just on the outer corner, just to deepen this look up a little bit. Okay. Not a huge fan of that brush. So what I'm going to do now is take my Sigma, this is my Sigma E25 blending brush. Just going to take a little bit more of that Truth shade and then just really pack that on and blend it out. I feel like there's a really weird patchy situation going on here. So I'm just going to dip back into the GLSEN palette. I'm going to take more of the Accept Everyone shade, and I'm literally just going to bring it all the way out to that outer corner just to see if I can't sort of, you know, fix that up a little bit. Really interesting to see how this works. I never normally have issues with this palette, but yeah, it's just not wanting to work for me today. At this point, I will tell you, I'm not enjoying the brush set. Like, I'm just not. I'm happy it all went to charity, but it's probably not my favourite brush set that Morphe have released, which is kind of sad. I'm going to take some liner now. This is just by Maybelline, and I'm just going to start to trace where I would like the glitter to go on top. Okay, so once you have the general direction of the liner down, again, because I have hooded eyes, I'm going to have to fix it when I take the shadow shield off, but I'm just going to do that now just so I can see where it's all sort of sitting. So as you can see, when I relax my eye, it kind of just droops down and looks a bit sad. So what I'm going to do is just grab a little bit of a makeup remover and just fix that up, so I can then go ahead and apply the glitter. Okay guys, so now I've got this liner fixed up. It looks a little bit like a bat wing, but that's just kind of how it needs to look in order for it to work for me. Alright, so I'm going to put some glitter glue down. So I think I was going to put my Lit Cosmetics base down, but I actually think I might put my Too Faced one down instead. So I just think I have a better time using this one. So what I'm going to do is just take a little bit of this on the back of my hand so I can control how much I'm putting on at any one time. And this is just a really, really small flat liner brush. It's got CoverGirl on it because I must have gotten it with like one of those pots, liner pots. So I'm just going to take a fair amount on the brush and then just start applying that over the top of where I've got the liner. Anywhere you want this glitter to go, that's exactly where you want to pop this glitter glue. Okay, so taking the liner brush, I don't know how this is going to pick up glitter, if at all, but I'm hoping it does. And of course, as I said, we're going to go into the Respect shade and we'll see. Oh, yeah, no, it picks up pretty good actually. It looks like it's picking up all right. Let's just see how this places. Literally just going to plaster this all over the top. Okay, jumping back into this palette now, and I'm going to take Stonewall, which is this one right here, this beautiful gold shade. I'm just going to take a tiny, tiny bit of this and I just want to pop it into my inner corner. So again, trying to use all the brushes. I'm going to take this one here. It's just a nice little densely packed detailing brush. You could probably cut the crease with this brush if you wanted to. And we're just going to place that just into our inner corner. And I am going to I'm going to grab a little bit more of Love Wins, which is the original shade that we went into. Same brush, and I just want to pop that just back into our crease because I feel like we've lost it a little bit. I don't know what's happened, but I just feel like maybe it's not reacting very well with the eye primer base I put down. I don't know what is wrong, but I'm just not feeling it, guys. I don't know what is happening. I'm going to take again on my finger some more of Accept Everyone. And I'm just going to place it into the center on top of everything. And there we have it. So I don't know, I'm sort of feeling like this is looking like a hot mess, a hot glittery mess. But yeah, gonna do the other eye now and I'll see how I feel about it in a second. Okay guys, we are back. The rest of my face is done along with this other eye. The liner is not even coming close to being even, but that's okay. I'm not going anywhere. I don't care. All right, next element to this look is of course going to be the gloss. So I just have, you know, a classic nude. This is by MAC. It's the matte shade called Yash. Love this shade, have loved it forever. And now we're just going to top it off with this beautiful gloss that I think could go on top of any shade, but let's just see how it looks. Yeah, this is just so pretty. No one be triggered, I can clean that off, so it's not going to destroy the color of the gloss. I'll do it right now, in fact. It's the only downside to having like a clear gloss and then putting it on a color. Obviously it's going to get onto the wand and all that sort of stuff, but that's okay. But that's the gloss. Just gives everything a nice little shine, and I'm a glossy person, so I enjoy that. It feels really, really comfortable. It doesn't have a weird tacky feeling whatsoever. It doesn't feel gritty or anything like that either. So yeah, honestly, that for me, I'm really loving this gloss. I think it's beautiful. The very last step is of course to set everything in place, and we're going to do that using the Morphe setting spray. This is just the standard Morphe continuous setting spray. The only difference is the fact that it's got a rainbow lettering instead of just being, I think, a black can and white lettering. So let's just go ahead and do that now. I love how that mister, I love that mister. I love how it feels. It smells good, feels good on the skin, feels really refreshing actually on the skin. I love that. And that's pretty well everything, guys. This is the look. I don't know how I feel about it. I sort of wasn't feeling it, as you guys probably saw, you know, towards the end. There are a few things that I just felt were a little bit, I don't know, a little bit off, and I don't know whether that just simply comes down to technique, my blending. I will be honest, when I reviewing this collection, in fact, let's just go piece by piece. Starting off with this brush set. So the only brushes out of this brush set that I really did enjoy using was this one here, the liner brush, and this one here, the really small, densely packed detail brush. They were the only two brushes that I really enjoyed using out of the brush set. These ones for me, just, I don't know, I didn't enjoy using, actually, did I even use that one? Okay, regretfully, I'll put that aside. I didn't use that one. These three, however, I did use, and I didn't enjoy just the general placement of the shadow. I feel like it just kicked it in places that I didn't necessarily want it to go, and I was having trouble blending, especially on this eye when I first applied the shadow using this brush. And again, that could just be my fault, the technique, because I have used this palette a number of times now and I've never had an issue with the shadows blending together. Again, it could be the fact that I put it on the NARS base. I don't know that I've used that base before with that palette, so maybe there was that. There was that kind of issue with it, I'm not sure. But yeah, for some reason, I just didn't enjoy the brushes. I don't know. I'm really surprised because I thought I'd love the brushes. I usually enjoy using Morphe brushes. I have a lot of them. So I'm really surprised that, yeah, they just out of everything weren't my cup of tea. Moving on to, of course, the main star, and that is the palette. I really enjoy this palette for exactly what it is. You know, if you use it in the premise that this row here is obviously topper shades, this row here is of course glitter shades, you're going to get a lot of enjoyment out of this. I definitely think this has a place in my collection because there are some glitters in here that I literally definitely don't own. I love the fact that I decided to go with a glitter liner. That's not something I usually do, as you guys probably rarely would have seen me do that kind of look on my channel, because it's just not something I would normally do. So yeah, I'm really happy that I did decide to incorporate the glitter that way rather than just plastering it all over my lids. And the topper shades, I really enjoy the formula. They feel extremely soft. As you can see, they apply quite nicely. Maybe regretfully, I do wish I had have put more of a base down, like more of a purpley base down to put this topper shade on top, but when I swatched it and was looking at it on my finger, it looked really pigmented and almost pigmented enough just to go straight on. And I don't think it looks bad. I think it looks just fine, actually. So yeah, definitely think that main star out of this collection is by far the palette. I think it's lovely, and I think it's a really great addition to anyone's Morphe collection. I did of course want to showcase this palette again because it was part of last year's Pride collection. It is such a good palette, and you know, it just goes to show you don't necessarily need this palette, because let's be honest, you can pretty much well find these colors in the James Charles palette. You can find it in a number of other Morphe palettes, but I just wanted to showcase this palette off again and incorporate the two, because I really do feel like they designed this palette to go with all of their other colourful palettes in their range, and I think that they did a really great job with doing that. And yeah, I really enjoyed opening this up again and having a play with it, so that was good. The gloss, as you guys know, thoroughly enjoy the gloss. Again, another key favorite of mine. I would definitely pick this up. I think it's well and truly worth it. Again, having said that, obviously everything is worth it because it's going, you know, the proceeds are going to charity. So again, just another nice thing to keep in mind. Morphe setting spray, it is the Morphe setting spray. The only difference is of course the packaging. So if you are a collector, or if you're somebody who enjoys, you know, picking things up in different packaging, obviously, once again, this is a great option because, again, all of the proceeds go to charity. So, good option. I personally enjoy this setting spray. I know some people say it doesn't work for them. I personally don't have too much of an issue using it. I think it works just fine for me. And, yeah, like, what more can I tell you? I'm pretty happy with it. So that is everything for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Let me know what you think about this collection in the comments down below versus last year, and if you've picked it up and what you ended up picking up. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Mwah. Bye.